the record button now, and we're recording. Was that awesome training tonight or what?
Yeah.
Just don't give up. Don't give up.
What did Pat say again, Megan? A vision?
Vision without a plan is a hallucination.
For sure. All right.
You're talking about the training. I mean, straight out of the gates, started with Kelly this morning.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole day was just packed full of power.
Yeah. Excellent stuff. Okay. Let's talk about, since we kept saying 6 days till the end of the month, and that's still, so today 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So we go until midnight, the night of 31st, in whatever time zone you're in, which is really cool. Back in the days when Letty and I were in the pink world, it was midnight in Texas, which was, of course, 10 o'clock at night in California. So, but here I love that it's midnight at whatever time zone you're in. I wanted to see who all is doing, or either going to, or let's toss around some ideas about this Healthy Habits for All, because that's a huge corporate event. And Megan, why don't you talk first about what's happening in your neighborhood, because that is one of the flagship events.
Yeah. I'm not really sure what's happening in the neighborhood. However, I jotted a couple names as they say where we were saying where we were from tonight. San Diego's going by with names to try to maybe see if I could connect with some names that I jotted down. Because I don't know of any other legs in the area, but I can tell you that I personally am registered for the flagship event in San Diego, the date of the 13th.
Okay, so
I'm already registered for that.
If you go to a couple ways to get there, you can go to Optavia Connect and click on events, or you can go to Optavia Events, and then if you hit this menu, then you'll see Healthy Habits for All over here.
Yeah, no, I did that. Was I'm saying I'm signed up. I'm registered for flagship.
Okay.
But as far as anything else that others are doing event-wise in the area, I don't know.
Okay. So in this particular, so I think that when we were at coffee last Thursday, then Tori mentioned that she's registered also. I signed up, and I know that a lot of the other local coaches here are going to come down and join. But it is happening on a Friday, at least the one in San Diego. So y'all, if you have one closer to you, either Baltimore, Brooklyn, or Salt Lake, you can go to one of those events. Or
you know what? Let's go, if you go back up to the top.
Yeah.
Is the plus sign now a minus sign in San Diego? Does that mean it's full?
No, it just means that I expanded it for more information.
Got it. Oh, that's so smart.
If you click it, that's how it is. But if you're not anywhere close to one of these, then you can create healthy habits in your own community by volunteering with a local organization. There's this awesome toolkit over here. Have you guys checked this out?
I've taken a look at it. There were some good ideas in there.
Okay. And then there's also the ability to fundraise. So you could decide to host a healthy happy hour, share some recipes, do some kind of fundraising, things like that. So who has ideas like that they would like to do, or toss out some ideas in your neighborhood?
Sorry, I'm dealing with something here.
I'm going to be at the beach with Diane, so.
Well, it's not a one-day thing. It's an all week long.
All week. Oh, shoot. Okay.
So if you haven't been there yet, I encourage you then to go ahead and go to Optavia Events or Optavia Connect and click the event tab, because I believe it's from the 9th through the 15th. So,
okay.
you could do something in between there. The San Diego one happens to be on the Friday, but it doesn't have to be that way.
Okay.
So Letty, there's one, there's something happening in Riverside for you.
Okay, I haven't looked yet.
Yeah. There's stuff happening in San Bernardino too. So if it's closer for people to do something here, or my thought was too, we could, for that matter, we might be able to just like go to the flagship event, because that's going to be a fun group thing. We had to, at least for the flagship event, when we registered for it, you had to put down what size t-shirt you needed. So it's going to be photo ops, I'm sure, and a lot of corporate stuff happening. But I thought that if we could do something along those lines as a team in your little part of the world, that'd be really awesome. You know, cool way to participate in that. Okay. Tell me about your.
Could, like, rappel down buildings.
Yeah, why not?
No.
It does.
As a group,
Oh, yeah.
all at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
Letty first, because she's experienced with this now.
Yeah.
Yeah, next time I'll just do more of that. Okay, let's just what are the guys that what are the DA investigators that escorted me upstairs? Fast rope.
Fast rope? That's what it's called?
Actually, fast rope is out of a helicopter.
Oh.
I think you should do like spiral spins.
Oh, walk down
Like
forward.
special knots and like
forward.
swings.
Megan, I think you're onto something. But I like this. I don't know what that was, but I like
Good way
it.
to raise it.
I love how everybody else said she should do that, but they weren't doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm totally, I volunteer to be your
I would do
camera person to let Bobby go with you.
I know.
I would go with her. This was about her, not about me.
Oh, you
Well,
guys are
You know,
good.
look what happens if I just walk across a flat surface. There's no way I'm. It's not going to happen. My husband is not going to let that happen.
Me either.
I jumped
sorry,
off a
Sharon.
perfectly good building that's not on fire.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Not
I
on your
know
life.
several of you are still pushing toward the end of the month as you have your goals. I have a question for you. Who here knows how to track where you're going to end up right now? If I ask you, do you know what your volume is going to end up at the end of the month right now?
Yeah, where it is right now, yeah.
Sure, come back.
Okay. If you do not, let's do some training. Just because, go back over here to connect. Let's see.
Do you need to go potty?
No, I'm good.
No, I'm good.
Hold on, we'll go back here to connect, and it's not wanting to do that because, of course, we're all on the screen share, so of course it won't do that. But I thought it would be important to know, be able to predict for sure where your end of the month is happening, because those of you who are in action are getting ready to fill out your map for the next month, okay? And so for starters, you're going to want to, in order to predict where your month is going to end, you look at your current volume right now. So yours will probably say what it is right down here, okay? Frontline qualifying volume, that's your frontline, that's your personal client orders down here. And then you want to go over here to client support and do projected, hold on, goodness. Let me move this out of the way. Do projected premiere.
Mm-hmm.
And leave this clicked at remaining this month. If you have coaches in your downline, you're going to want to get rid of some columns so that you can sort. So click this down, go to the column area, and starting with the country code, get rid of that. You don't need to know the level or the email or the phone number, entry date, personal qualifying, available rewards, rewards expiration. You do want to know the next order date and the next total, and all the rest of the stuff doesn't matter after that. So what happened is this just brought all of the columns over closer, and you can then grab this business coach name column and sort. So this tells you this client, Carla Cortez, belongs to Alicia, and her order is going to process on 8/31 for $247.43. Okay? So if you have people that are still, you thought they were going to order, because here's what I hear a lot, guys. This is the purpose of this. I hear a lot, I have 5 clients, I have 6 clients, and then all of a sudden it comes as a surprise to you that somehow at the end of the month, not everybody ordered. You want to get in the habit of looking at your Connect so that you know what's happening. And I don't mean just like once a month. I mean, you want to go there like every day, every other day at the most. Because then you'll see, and you'll get a notification in your email, but you'll see if somebody pushed their order back. Maybe you thought they were going to order, but what if most of your orders usually process toward the end of the month and they had life happen to them and now they moved their order back into September or the middle of October? Yep. And you didn't know that because you thought you had 5 clients, let's say. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So if we go over here, then this tells us, okay, this is what's really happening. And let's be real, today's the 26th of the month, so there's still plenty of time for these people to change their minds and to move stuff around. So this tells me that so far here, Tori has 1 person left over here. Sandra has 1, it looks like. These people are mine. But you'll know this, and your report will be a lot smaller because mine reports on the entire organization, everybody's.
Mm-hmm.
Laura, you've got 1 person left. Leanne's got 2 over here. Letty, you've got 1. That kind of thing. Pam has 3. Okay?
Trish,
Yes, ma'am.
is this any different than the way that I navigate? Because I usually go to Engage.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So, well, from Engage, you're looking at.
I just go to Engage,
Mhm.
and then it tells me a number for my projected.
Yes, but that's only your personal. If you're trying to calculate, well, and this gives you, when you go to Engage and it gives you your projected, that gives you general. It doesn't tell you who is ordering when.
Got it.
Okay, that's why you want to have this projected from your order, and this way you know exactly what's happening. Like this person that orders $52.50, I don't even know why she's doing that, but that's her deal. She's paying, here's the interesting thing, she's paying almost $30 to ship $52.50 to her.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Same thing with this person ordering $69.60. So let me look at these numbers again. This person, and she belongs to me, and I've talked to her about it before, but this person here that's ordering $110.50, she also is paying full boat for shipping. Do you know that if she orders $150, then her shipping is only going to be $5?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody know that?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Say that again.
If she were to bump her order up to $150, so if she added essentially 2 more boxes of food, then her shipping would only be $5 instead of at this price. She's going to pay almost $30 worth of shipping. She'll end up almost in the same place, but with less. So this is the other reason why you want to watch this. What's that?
Can't you only do that one time?
Do what?
To stay on Premier, you can only order $150 worth. Can you only do that one time to stay on?
Absolutely
remain
not.
on Premier?
No, ma'am. No.
Or is that, no, it's not sure. Okay.
No, you can as long as your order is $150 to $249.99, and you're on Premier, your shipping is going to be $5. If your order is $250 or higher, your shipping is free. It is not a one-time deal.
Okay, I didn't
Fall off
realize
Premier
that. Thank
if you
you.
order less than 250.
What's that, Laura?
Don't they fall off Premier if they order less than 250?
No. If they order, they still stay on, but they're paying, if they've ordered less than $150, they're gonna pay full price for it. they're still technically considered that they're on Premier Club.
Get the help credits, I think.
Yeah, exactly. So their rewards are only 5% now, not 10%, and they're paying $5 for shipping. They're not free.
Right.
So you want to be, as looking out for your clients, when you see that they're doing boneheaded things like this, you want to call and help them out, because a lot of times I'll just shoot them a quick email. Hey, I'm not sure if you knew. And sometimes they tell me I got interrupted and I was partway through my process. But I'll tell them, hey, at this point, you're ordering $110 worth of product. If you order, I'm going to email her again, as a matter of fact. If you order 2 more boxes of food, then you're going to end up with a little bit over the price that you're paying right now, but you have 2 more boxes of food instead of spending almost $30 in shipping. This way, your shipping will only be $5. Okay?
It cost her $40 to get.
Exactly. Right. So you want to keep an eye on things like that. So not only so that you know who's doing what, so that you can do your math correctly, but so that you know what's happening in your business. If you only log on every week or 2 or never, then that's going to be a surprise to you when things aren't going the way you thought they should. Because a lot of people just like, yeah, I'm a client, and they're not watching anything else. So, okay. Now, do you know then, based on your goals, do you know how to calculate how many clients you need, let's say, to hit the next rank that you're shooting for? Do you know how to do that?
It's every $1,200, isn't it?
Well, every rank is $1,200. Yes, that's correct. But do you know how to say how much you need, how many new clients you need to hit your goal, whatever your goal is?
Now that the price has gone up, what is now what the number we use? Like around 430 for or what is it?
It's 405.
405. Okay.
Yeah. So, and that'll depend on if you are putting the order in for your client, and if you're including purposeful hydration.
Yeah.
I know a lot of you are chickening out with that, and so a lot of you, that's not going to be your number you calculate. But if you're doing the Essential Optimal Kit with the purposeful hydration, your commissionable volume is 405. So let's say if you want to hit the next rank, you need 3 new clients to hit another 1,200.
Right.
But you're not even going to know where you're at if you're not looking at your back office. Because then when you log on to your front page, it'll tell you this is your volume. That snapshot that it'll give you right there. Go back to that. Let's go back to over here. When you get here, this will give you an idea of where you're at. And so be careful that you don't confuse, that you don't confuse the front line with this group or the total generation or these other numbers.
Right.
And Megan said it's probably easier at this point for that purpose to go to engage. So when you click and you go to engage over there, it'll tell you, okay, this is, hold on, and your volume is over here. See all these different categories?
I always go down to the bottom under month to date, your projected volume right there. Volume, click here.
Over here?
Go down, projected right there.
Mm-hmm. That's where we were before.
Just a different way to get to it.
Right.
Okay.
So it is, okay.
I thought you were just talking about staying at this level, Megan, and not
And
clicking
your
that.
top level, like, then it would be what, 1924? That is still your projected volume right there, right? For you.
Or me personally.
1924 is still your personal.
Right, yes.
Yep. And then if you click below that, that takes you to the same way that you got to it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So if you have a big team, or if you have any other coaches on your team who even have 1 or 2 clients of their own, then that number will be this is a different way to get to what we just looked at. Okay. But this will tell you what's left to go if nobody moves the order around. And I never know what's what for sure until the last day of the month with the orders that process in 3 hours of the morning. Okay. Any other questions about this here?
I have a question. I wasn't sure how to deal with this. You know, Nikki went on her trip, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so she decided instead of ordering this month, she was going to push it to next month.
Okay.
And so I didn't know whether to say, hey, look, this is what, by you doing that, that's what's happening. She's a coach, you know, or I wasn't sure how to even say anything about that. Or do I just, you know what I mean? Because it affects me.
Yeah, well, in that case, no, it's not if it affects, it has, if she doesn't need food because she's gone on a 3-week trip, then that's why she moved to order back, and that's totally her fault.
That's all you can do, yeah. Yeah, I was just curious. Yeah.
So this is why you want to always, if you need 4 clients, then you always want to plan on going to get 5 or 6.
Right.
If you need 3 executive directors, then you want to shoot for 4 or 5. Just because, exactly. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the tips that I really liked from this training that was before, if you guys were not on it, was the statistic that your Facebook Lives get 5 times more the viewing than regular. If you're not on them and you're wondering why your engagement is not happening, look back at your lives and be very critical about your own page. Like, to the point that if somebody was scrolling my page, A, would they know that I am involved in health in one way, shape, or form? B, would they be excited about what they're seeing? Like, how is your energy when you're talking? And so I love when they said, do the lives and then offer a free health assessment on your live. But be fun about it. I would probably say, I'm not sure that I would call it a free health assessment, but if you'd like to get just kind of a snapshot of what we do and how we help people, then let's talk, or offer the free health assessment. I'm not sure about that. My own personal feeling. Try, but I just think that would be something that you can offer people, and it would give you some more engagement. Did you also hear about the don't give them the whole recipe?
Yeah.
Just post the picture.
Don't do what?
Don't give them the recipe.
Oh, got it.
So I do a little bit of both. I'll give them the recipe sometimes, and then it depends on how busy I am, honestly. If I don't have a lot going on, then I'm not going to give you the recipe. I'm going to get a recipe with a beautiful picture. Like some of the casseroles are like, they're not like an engaging, amazing picture. So I'm not going to. They look like bleh, you know. I'm sure they taste fine, but I want an amazing picture, and those are the times that I'm not going to give you the picture. I got so many interactions with the Alex here a couple weeks ago. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what Karen shared, and this was phenomenal, and I did it, and I got an email, was she suggested that when you send the recipe on out, that you say, here it is, let me know when you try it, let me know your email address so I can go ahead and add it to you. And they were like, yeah. And you're like, oh, well, that was easy.
Okay. What else? I don't want to keep you guys late for no reason at all. Anybody have any questions?
I was just going to make a comment that I don't know if I ever really was smart enough to figure out or think about the reasons that so often people say, drop a 1 in the chat or drop a 5 in the chat. It wasn't until tonight when Pat said, type the word shift in the comment, because Trish and I had actually talked through this at great length one night. Is there a way to go back and see who has viewed your your Facebook go lives. I can see it's been seen 53 times, but I can never go and see who it was that actually viewed it.
Right.
You are, you are very quick at seeing the names of it and who's popping up. Once it's done, that's it. It makes sense now, especially with the word shift, because I put shift in there. Then they can go back and see who made the comments about certain things. So I was thinking, and this just came about from training tonight, if I do go lives going forward, whatever it is that I'm talking about, I might say, if you're on here and you find this interesting, type DWT, dog walk talk, or put something in there just to see if I'm able to capture maybe a record of who it is that's viewing that isn't liking or making a comment. I don't know. I don't know how well that would go over, but I think it's a bummer that you can't go back and see who's viewed.
Well, the other purpose of that is that when people are commenting, it keeps it more active in the news feed. If there's something going on and the rest of Facebook sees that this is a really active feed because of all the people commenting, you can liven up an old live by going back, watching it again, and commenting it, and it'll bring it up to the top again.
Right.
So that's the purpose of
I have stopped doing that. I think you brought that up to me as don't go back and like everybody, or thank you everybody who's, viewed it. So now I'm doing it sporadically, going back and liking and making a comment. So it does throw it back up to the top.
Okay.
I don't know about you guys, but if anybody did that post about the go in the pantry, I could not keep up with that.
The what?
Does syrup go in the pantry or the fridge? Holy crap. There was the last time I checked, there was over 200 comments. I don't give a crap about it if syrup goes in the fridge or the pantry. But if I had nothing better to do but start conversations, that thing took off like crazy. People were still talking about it today. I'm like, what? Oh, okay. Because I got the word, all it said was pantry. I'm like, okay.
You know what if you guys want to grab it from my wall, the thing that has just been blowing up with comments is there's a picture I posted of is the horse and the person coming or going. It's like a shadow. It's just blowing it up. It's because it's a shadow and it's perception. And I think the last I looked was like 143 or something of just people with their opinion.
Oh my gosh.
It's fun. It's wild. Okay.
Were you going to say something? You're muted.
I want to ask a question about, they talk about what do they call it? Sponsorship or?
Wellness credits, scholarship.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. How does that work and what do you do? And
okay. So the rules are
the
rules are you can only give away 10% of your commission from last month. So if you made $1,000 last month, you can only give away $100. What I know from personal experience, you might think that it'd be a magnanimously wonderful thing to pay for like $100 towards somebody's kid to get him over because money's an issue. They will not succeed. I promise you, and you are throwing your money away. So if you want to, and so just to be clear, this scholarship is not coming out of anybody's pocket but yours, okay? So you would log on to your personal page, like how you order your food. You would go over and find the wellness credits, and you would have to know your client's ID number. And so you log on, you say you want to give, and I never give these days. I used to give a whole lot more. These days I never give more than $25. That's it. If that'll help you out, awesome. If that's going to get you over the edge, cool. But and then you'll have to, so your quantity will have to be 25 and you'll need.
So I had read too somewhere in the wellness credits, like whatever you give someone in wellness credits, maybe you can confirm this, Tricia, it doesn't go towards your frontline volume. They won't count it in your frontline volume.
No.
I actually don't know about that, but if you read that somewhere, then I'll believe them.
No, it doesn't. And I don't know if I read that, but I know because I've never given scholarships money away, but I have posted wellness credits for like referrals. It's the same thing. It's the same wellness credit, and it does not count towards that.
It's like when it's just like when you look at the client's order when it's submitted and the rewards credit comes off the top and all that. That's I don't believe it's commissionable because I mean just whatever. It's not the first amount when the client's order's first going in. It's what comes off after the rewards are applied. So be that the wellness credit or this other thing. Okay. All right. Okay. There is not going to be any Monday night training next week because it is Labor Day already.
Okay.
We'll also not meet next night. In the meantime, if you need me because you are like Karen Barton is signing up people left and right, and she hit manager today, and she's on the way to executive director. She's on 2 clients last night.
Good for you.
Girl. And if you need me, then you guys text me or message me if you don't see something available on the calendar. I'm not going to say that it's not really, really booked, but there may be wiggle room that we can squeeze someplace. Okay?
All right, look at this. Has anybody gotten a call like that before?
Oh, wow.
Oh my.
Yeah, all the time.
Answer it.
That looks like
He's gonna give you $20 million. It's from Africa. All you gotta do is respond.
I missed it. Bob,
Get
hey,
yourself
I
a
missed
robo-kill. Let's get robo-kill.
oh my goodness.
it. I've never seen that before.
Okay.
I have.